Welcome to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Valsang. In this video, we'll learn the measurements of correlation. The first one, that is the scatter or the dot diagram. So I begin this video with the measurements of correlation. So the degree of correlation between two variables is studied using the three measurements of correlation. The first one is the scatter diagram or the dot diagram. Second is Karl-Pearson's correlation coefficient, which is also called as the product moment correlation coefficient. And third is Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. These are important, so don't forget the different measurements of correlation. So what is the scatter diagram or the dot diagram? If the values of the x and y variables are plotted on the x-axis and y-axis respectively, then the diagram of dot so obtained is called as the scatter diagram or the dot diagram. Now from the scatter diagram, we can find out whether the two variables are correlated or not. I will explain 8 different graphs which will indicate the different types of correlation which was explained in my previous video. Graph 1 is perfect positive correlation. If all the points fall on a straight line with a positive slope. Now what is a straight line with a positive slope? It is a line which is moving upwards. Then it indicates perfect positive correlation between the two variables. In graph 1, I have taken the values of the x variable on the x-axis and the values of the y variable on the y-axis, and when I plot each pair of x and y values and join them by a straight line, then I get graph 1. So in graph 1, we see that all the points are falling on a straight line with a positive slope, and hence it indicates perfect positive correlation. Graph 2 indicates perfect negative correlation. If all the points fall on a straight line with a negative slope, that means a line which is moving downwards, then it indicates perfect negative correlation between the two variables. Graph 3. If all the points fall close to a straight line with a positive slope, then it indicates a high degree of positive correlation between the two variables. So if you see graph 3, you see that you have a line with a positive slope, and then you have points which are clustered around this line with a positive slope, which indicates a high degree of positive correlation. Similarly, we have graph 4, which indicates high degree of negative correlation. So if the points are close to a straight line with a negative slope, then it indicates a high degree of negative correlation between the two variables. 5 indicates low degree of positive correlation. So if the points are scattered around a straight line with a positive slope, then it indicates a low degree of positive correlation between the two variables. In graph 5, we have the values of the x variable on the x-axis and the values of the y variable on the y-axis. And when we plot each x and y values, we get the following graph. And you see that in the graph you have a straight line with a positive slope, and the points are not very close to this line, but they are scattered around the line, and it indicates a low degree of positive correlation. Similarly, graph 6 indicates low degree of negative correlation. If the points are scattered around a straight line with a negative slope, then it indicates a low degree of negative correlation between the two variables. In graph 7, we have non-correlation. If the points are all scattered on a graph, then it indicates non-correlation between the two variables. We see that in graph 7, the points don't have any particular pattern. They are all randomly scattered in the graph, which is an example for non-correlation. Graph 8 is curvilinear correlation or non-linear correlation. So the points take the shape of a curve, then it indicates curvilinear or non-linear correlation between the two variables. So in graph 8, we see that the points have taken the shape of a curve and hence it indicates curvilinear or non-linear correlation. Some of the important points to remember are the merits of the scatter diagram and some of its demerits. So let's start with merits of the scatter diagram. First, it is a simple and non-mathematical method of studying correlation between the variables. Second, it is not influenced by the size of the extreme values, whereas most of the mathematical methods of finding correlation are influenced by extreme values. Third, drawing a scatter diagram is usually the first step in investigating the relationship between the two variables. A demerit of the scatter diagram is using the scatter diagram, we can only get an idea about the direction of correlation and also whether it is high or low. But we cannot establish the exact degree of correlation between the variables. Practice drawing the scatter diagram for the various types of correlation. Thank you so much for watching, and in my next video we'll find solutions to problems based on the scatter diagram.